Hi everyone, I'm Exiled Chaos, and today I'm going to be showing you how you draw these pixel art typings and change them into these Tera crystals. You may have seen them on my main channel, Banana Bro Chaos, but drawing them is a bit of a hassle. Simply put, converting any logo, symbol, icon, or something like that into pixel art comes down to freehanding it. So I'm going to freehand the ground type, my last remaining type, and show you how I approach this symbol. I initially decided against doing a voiceover commentary explaining my process, but I stuttered so much while drawing that I'm pretty much forced to do a voiceover. After cloning over the circle I use for all of my types, the first step is to copy the ground type's hex code from Bulbapedia's color templates. The next step is to eyeball the initial measurements, and for this symbol, I focused on two details. Firstly, the tip of the top rhombus seems to be slightly above the midpoint of the circle, and secondly, the two rhombi stacked together seem to extend halfway between the center and the bottom of the circle. After deciding that the thickness of the bottom bit and the gap should be 3 pixels, the next step is to draw the edges of the rhombus. Instead of eyeballing it, I popped out my reference picture in pixel art, allowing me to press my finger on the vertex of the rhombus and draw a somewhat accurate edge by connecting the pre-existing vertex with the point that my finger covered. After connecting the bottom vertex with the new vertex, I copy-pasted everything and flipped it over. Unfortunately, my pixel art decided to crash, and I was forced to redraw the edges of the rhombus, but I was still able to replicate it, and although it wasn't a perfect one-to-one, it still looked good enough for me to continue on. Filling in the top rhombus completed it, so now I moved on to the bottom bit. Because the bottom edges of the top rhombus match the top contour of the bottom bit, I copy-pasted the bottom edges and decided to work from there. I then fixed the gap between the two sections to maintain the 3-pixel gap, and although that created a comparatively thicker rhombus at the bottom in relation to the top, I think it looks pretty good. Now we move on to the squares, and after toggling on the ratio and fill options in pixel art to ensure perfect filled in squares, I kinda just position them where I think they go. This really showcases the whole eyeballing part of the creation process. As long as it looks like the reference image, it's good enough. With the typing done, we then move on to the Tera symbol. To start, I make a copy of this template I have here, and very crucially, merge the template with the ground type symbol while the template is semi-transparent. This is crucial to distinguish the originally white parts with the originally brown parts, as I can use the bucket tool with all similar colors turned on to restore the white symbol in its entirety. The next step is to replace the template's colors with a black outline, again with all similar colors turned on. After clearing the parts outside the Tera symbol and filling in these 4 empty pixels, we now have a base to work with. To achieve the pseudo shading effect I have, I first grab the light ground color from Bulbapedia's color templates and fill it in the top left section. I then do the same with the dark ground color, this time filling in the bottom right section. For the top right section, I average the RGB values between the light color and the neutral color with some simple math, and I do the same for the bottom left section, though I instead average the neutral and dark colors. Finally, I replace the black of the internal outlines with various shades of the ground typing's brown color. I found it quite difficult to explain how I chose the colors, so I replicated the Tera with more distinct colors and removed ground symbol to illustrate how the edges are colored. Simply put, these 4 edges are chosen in a way to preserve horizontal and vertical symmetry, and these 2 are chosen to adopt the color on the left, as that's where the light is coming from. And there you have it. That's how I draw my Pokemon typings and Tera types in pixel art. I've added my pixel file with every completed Pokemon typing on my pixel art profile. I rarely use it, though I might start using it more, and I'll do the same with the file for the Teras once all of them are done. But yeah, that's it for now, so until next time, happy drawing, Exiled out.